shot with JB Weld and zip ties and Bondo. I think I built enough 150 out of it.
Pretty much.
But, that car had a VIN number from somewhere and tires, but everything else I sculpted out of Bondo.
Dude, there was one time, man, we took one of those. We took one of those. What is it? What was that little tiny freaking car that? Was it that was in that?
Are you talking about like a Mini Cooper?
No, it was kind of like one of those crappy ones that have the rounded back window. Oh man, what was that?
Pacer, AMC
Pacer. Yes, we took a Pacer and made it into a fucking one of those kind of like one of those little, the cars with the truck bed on it. Yeah, an El Camino. We turned it into an El Camino. There's like probably 400, 500 pounds of Bondo on that sucker just to make it into that. It was crazy. But it turned out pretty good, man. It turned out pretty good.
And for all you young people watching, a Pacer, if you go back and watch what the hell is that movie? The one with Mike Myers in it.
Yeah, that was like oh shit. I can't remember the name of it right offhand, where they were the they were doing that.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Go watch Wayne's World, and the car that they drive in Wayne's World, that's a Pacer.
But imagine that fucking converted into an El Camino, though. That's how. Nice. That's what it was.
Hey,
that's kind of the point there.
I'm born and raised. I'm born and raised on Lake Erie, so I've seen some people like cut some cars up to make them ice car or for ice fishing, dude. It's crazy, dude. Like they cut the whole back end off, and all they leave is the seats in the front, and drive that some bitch out on the ice with a hole in the back.
Fuck that shit.
It's fucking insane.
No, sir.
No. No. I wouldn't do that shit up there, and I wouldn't like swim with the gators down where Sasquatch is.
I tell you what, man, me and Flo will sit on the dock and watch you crazy crackers do that.
Yeah,
I love gators, man.
I ain't driving out on the ice. Hell no.
That's one thing I haven't done is anything like ice fishing or anything like that. I've not done any of that.
Yeah, because why the fuck would you?
I better be real hungry.
Right.
Real hungry.
The fish better be magical at that time of year or something. I don't know, but
yeah. Like the only place I would attempt ice fishing maybe is Alaska.
I mean, actually, I would ice fish before I'd go noodling.
Yeah, no, I'm not sticking my arm in no fucking holes.
I'll risk dying under the ice before I risk fucking whatever's in that hole.
Can you guys imagine that first person that actually tried noodling? He's probably some fucking redneck from down here in Florida, and with a beer in one hand, he's like, "Hey, y'all, watch this! Fucking grab a damn fish! Look at that!"
That's probably the original fishing. Like, I hope that whatever's in here tastes better to me than I do to it. It really is like the Russian roulette of nature.
It kind of is. Literally, I'm in noodling country, except for the fact that the specific region I'm in is mostly sand and clay. So you go a little bit north and you got rocks. That's noodling country. You go a little bit south, you've got the actual loam. Like they do the little caves that they make naturally. They'll do little dugouts to hide in. Here,
where do electric eels live?
South America.
Yeah. I've seen them. I've seen them out in the saltwater eels. I've seen those out in the Keys and stuff like that. But that's about as far south as I've gone.
When I was growing up, I always thought electric eels and quicksand would play bigger roles in my life than they have.
That's true. I had that same feeling.
You watch too much Indiana Jones, bro.
Maybe that's it. I was also told that lesbians would be hot.
Yeah, that's not true at all. Somebody lied to us, dude. I feel like we should.
Nothing, penthouse.
Oh my god!
I don't even want to get into that one, bro.
That's just funny.
I didn't either. Once I saw the reality.
Yeah, right.
I've never dealt with quicksand and electric eels.
No.
Matt has dealt with quicksand. Is it really as dangerous as it? Probably ain't nothing. It's probably just like sticky mud.
Well, I don't know, quicksand. I live in the mining area, and the type of mines that we do are open pit mines, and it's clay is what we're mining. And so, like, when you say quicksand, I think about it like in the movies, but we got shit out here that'll kill you. And it'll do it so fast. You can be walking. This is nuts, man. We have something called slip. And when you dig a big hole, sometimes slip runs out like water, but it's thicker than water, but not really thick enough to support you at all. So when you step in, you should float, right? But your momentum carries you to the bottom and the mud closes up on top of you and you can't swim in it. It is dangerous. You can be walking across one of these chalk pits over here and your buddies step off into a hole that you cannot see because it looks just like the rest of the mud around here. Yeah. And just gone. You look around, his ass is gone. There's no sign of him. There's just footprints up to a spot and it stops.
Yeah, no,
that shit's wild, dude.
Nature kind of
waist high and something like that once, man. I got my way out of it, but I got waist high and it looked like solid ground until I stepped into it. Next thing you know, I'm waist high in this crap. You know, I was like, holy shit.
Those were some good shrooms.
Right?
Listen, the only thing I've ever had to worry about killing me was a human being. So, or myself.
You
never had any close dog calls?
No, I'm way bigger than a dog.
No, I don't know how to handle a dog.
But you know, I am an electrician, so I mean, I guess I play with my life every day.
What breed of dog do you think would be the worst one out there, or can be the meanest one anyway that you wouldn't want to fuck
German
with?
Shepherd.
What?
Yeah, I was just about to say I would not want to fuck with a German Shepherd.
Oh yeah. The meanest one that I've come across was a female Chow, and that motherfucker would tear you a new one, dude.
Oh yes, Chows are really aggressive when they go off.
I don't know about me either, but yeah, I got pretty good on the ass by a German Shepherd. Luckily, they're measured as well. Like it knew just how to hit me to get me to stop doing what I was doing.
Right. I used to work with a guy who had a bunch of pig dogs. He had this one pig dog named Barney that was old as sin. I go over there one afternoon. He's under the house trying to break up two dogs fighting. And you know me, I got balls to spare, so I jumped in there to help him break them up. Barney reaches over and crushes my right arm to freaking nothing. Bites the living hell out of me. I panicked. I pulled my pistol and then found out that dog didn't actually have any teeth.
Right? Yeah, but that was scary as fuck.
Dude, it was scary as hell. He ate my arm. My entire arm went down his mouth. I saw him chew it up and swallow it. And then I had my arm back and was like, what just happened?
See, I've never really got bit by a dog other than like a little nip. The worst animal bite I've ever got, I think, was from a fucking ferret.
That
my buddy had a ferret, man. That some bitch bit me in the web part between my index finger and my thumb. And that motherfucker bit me right there. And let me tell you what, that was not fun.
I don't really have a problem with dogs. I know how to handle dogs, for one. You know, I've had dogs coming at me like Cujo, you know what I mean? And I basically there's a couple of things you can do when it comes down to dogs that I learned a long time ago. Either run faster than that dog, you know what I mean, and get away, or you basically you act like you're its owner in a sense. You know, you put like authority in your voice. And then also, man, there's also the other option, just stab that sucker or shoot it,
There's a third option. There's a third option almost no one thinks of. And it's kind of hard to explain, but if the dog's big enough, when they go to bite you, and you have to be quick, stick your arm just as far down his throat as you can.
Oh yeah. That works.
So sort of like,
or either that, or I'll grab the tongue. I'll grab a hold of the tongue, man. I've done that.
It's like pushing the slide on a semi-auto if somebody aims at you. It's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
It is. But at the same time, the thing is, I look at it like this. If you walked into the kitchen and there was a delicious chocolate pie sitting on the counter, and the second you looked at it, went, it tried to climb down your throat, you would rethink eating chocolate pies off that counter.
Dude, I used to live in this one house, man. This guy had a cat that lived there. And this thing, I swear this thing came out of Pet Cemetery. But it had a chair that it when it was time for it to go to bed, it would sit on this chair and go to sleep and all that stuff. And if you were sitting in that chair, when it's time for it to go to sleep and it's wanting to go to sleep, dude, it would attack you. I had this thing try to attack me while I was in the shower one time. I was like, man, this thing had glowing red eyes, even in the dark. You know what I mean?
Look at all this. Look at this. We got Joe Coke, Kansas Freedom, sitting here in the beautiful town of DeSoto.
What, Flo? What in the fuck am I watching, dude? It looks
that's what. Okay, so when I got bit on the ass, I'm not a dog person. I've never had dogs. I don't know how to handle them. I don't trust them. But when I got bit on the ass, I heard screaming down the road, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But I started moving towards it, and I just threw my phone on record and put it in my pocket because I don't know what I'm walking up on. But if I need to, explain that it wasn't me, I figured it'd be handy to have. And it ended up being a dog fight. It's not really great footage, but I did catch it. I tried to break up the dog fight with a tire iron, and one of the dogs that was not participating but was watching, sort of on the sideline, took a bite out of my ass. And I just left the dog fight alone. Then I was like, I got you. It was a German Shepherd too. It was hard enough that my ass was bleeding, but it was not, it didn't like fuck me up. It was like, I got to go home today and because my pants were ruined.
You fucking punch that damn dog right square in the nose. They'll leave you alone.
Oh, hell no, I didn't. That wasn't even my fight. I was just there being a good Samaritan. Fuck that shit.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
At
first I was like, what am I watching, man? Is he dancing or what?
Yeah, no, I was running.
I've had a pack of dogs come at me before. One time I was walking down this one like alleyway in this town, and there was like 4 or 5 dogs that came at me, and you can see the lead dog sitting there, just teeth showing, look like damn Cujo type of thing, And I was like, I'm fucking walking here, like really, loud and shit. That damn dog looked at me up and down, looked at his fucking pals as if to think, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? That you can almost see it in their eyes. That this is what this dog was thinking. You know what I mean? And,
I can say that I've never had a dog. I've stand my ground with dogs and, looked them in the eyes, and I've never had one kind of bust past that sort of silent barrier, and actually attack me from there. But
no, like I said, there was this chick I used to know that had a female chow. That sucker was the meanest damn dog I ever met in my life. And I met a lot of dogs and I've had dogs. I've got 2 dogs now. But I mean, that's the meanest motherfucker I've ever come across. And out of every breed, I've come across almost pretty much a lot of breeds out there. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say all of them, but a lot of them. I mean, even I used to know this guy that had 3 Rottweilers, a mother and 2 sons. Damn head was bigger than a freaking, like a beach ball. That's how, these things got that intimidating bark, you know what I mean? My
best friend in high school had a Rottweiler, and like if I started petting it, like it would not let me stop petting it unless he was like there to save me from it. Otherwise, I just have to. If I stopped petting, it would kind of turn and go. And I just keep petting, be like, David, come back.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, those 3 Rottweilers, like once they got to know you, they're like teddy bears. But man, I'm gonna tell you, man, he had a mechanic shop, and at night he just let them run around in the shop as basically the alarm system. You know what I mean? The burglar alarm in a way. And even the UPS people wouldn't even come over to they just dropped the packages like way far away, so the dogs wouldn't even be anywhere near. And but man, they were just their bark was intimidating. You know what I mean? But
statistically, objectively, pit bulls are by far but I also think there's a big cultural issue, right? Pit bulls are trendy.
Well, that's also how they're brought up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're trendy, and you get a lot of like. I remember when I was younger, these girls, like 18-year-old girls, want to get these pit bulls and treat them like they're fucking Labradors, and then you've got this grown ass dog that's just obnoxious and out of control. I think probably part of that is prevalence of them. There's a lot more pit bulls around than there are the runner-ups.
Yeah. And pit bulls, man, are by nature, they're actually really loving dogs, man. I know I got a lot of friends that got pit bulls, man, and they're all good dogs, man.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, man, statistics show that German Shepherds put out the most dog bites out of any dog breed.
I find that hard to believe because deaths by dog attack is like it's like 70% pit bull.
You know what I heard one time? I don't know how true it is now, but I mean, I heard one time statistically, the number one breed to actually turn on its owner is a Dalmatian.
Really? I've heard that they're skittish. My brother's got one. He's never had an issue, but yeah, they are a pretty aggressive breed.
And it's like I wouldn't have thought of that. I was like that just didn't strike me as the type. But at the time, I mean, statistically, it's been a long time since I've looked up that statistic, but it was
my uncle had a Doberman.
The number one that to turn on its owner.
Yeah, my uncle had a Doberman that turned on him and chewed up his leg pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, man, some of them little dogs, dude, ain't to be fucked with either, though.
Shit, I'll just kick that sucker into the next week. That's what I'm fucking thinking.
Nothing.
I like a dog that's big enough that I can wrestle with. That's
you know what? It's times have changed. You're right, Flo. I will give you that. Pit bulls, and then Rottweilers and German Shepherds, and Huskies, Malamutes, Dobermans, Chow Chows, Great Dane, and Saint Bernard.
So how much of that, though, do you think is related to the distribution, right? Like there's way more pit bulls around than there is any other breeds.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'd be curious if you could if there's a way to, probably not. Probably just a big dog is a big dog to an extent. I really don't know that I believe there's a huge variance in temperament.
Well, like I said, it's also how they're brought up. I mean,
well, it's
some people bring their dogs up to be freaking mean. You know what I mean? But
right.
Yeah, no, we had some issues with the neighbor here about a year ago, and their pit bull.
What's up, Popcorn?
Yep.
Yeah, some of them little dogs, man. Chihuahuas, Jack. What are them? Jack Russell Terriers, man. Them little bastards are mean, man.
Well, okay, you think about also how these breeds came about and what they were used for. There's a lot of like the rat terriers or whatever you call them. They were farm dogs to chase rats and shit. Like German Shepherds were like they were trained and brought up to be like security or you know what I mean. A lot of militaries use them and stuff like that.
Chihuahuas were brought up to be Te Quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah, I mean, you look at even like how Huskies, how they're genetically brought up and all that stuff, and like was it Saint Bernards?
You ever been around a cane corso? Those things look badass, but I've never been around one.
Oh yeah, I know a couple people that got some cane corsos, dude. That's a big fucking dog.
Are you talking about those ones that stand about as tall as a damn car?
Yeah, it looks like if Satan had a dog, right? It's like tall and ripped, and they cropped the ears, so it's got the kind of spiky Doberman looking ears.
Mm-hmm.
There's one guy I know that's got one of these dogs. I'm serious. This thing is about the size of a freaking horse. You know what I mean? You think about it, it's like 500 pounds of dog food every week. Going down that sucker.
Yeah, there's a dog. It's like a real famous dog. I think it's like. His name's like Hercules or something like that, man. And he like social media wise, like on all them fucking TikToks and Instagrams and all that other bullshit. He's like really famous. Like I said, it's like Hercules or something, and he's a cane corso. Yeah, that's a big motherfucker, dude. Like
That's
huge.
too much of a fucking food bill for me, man. God damn. I struggle
Joku
sometimes.
in the
Like,
house.
what's up, Joe? Yeah.
Joku, and he's in your channel too. There, Anarchy.
Yeah.
He didn't even come by my channel. There you go, Joe. Just not even paying attention to Toe for Life again, man. I see how it is, bro. Like I really do.
Well, I probably come first in the list because the alphabetical, Anarchy Television.
I was giving Joe shit. I was giving Joe shit a couple months or like a month ago because that fucker was down here in Texas and he went from Dallas to fucking San Antonio and then from San Antonio back to Dallas, came right through fucking Austin, never reached out, never bothered to say, hey, Toe, man, I'm coming through Austin, dog, let's get together. Because I met Joe up in Ohio. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. If I went to Texas, I wouldn't tell anybody because there's way too many of you motherfuckers in Texas. And I can't keep track of that much shit.
We're coming at you, Flo.
No, come on up here. Make it to Kansas City. I'm still waiting on Illuma Tommy to get up here.
Yeah. No, I met Joe up in Ohio. I met Joe when I met Wolverine Transparency and oh God, what's his name? Holy shit, Jody FJ. I have to tell you, Jody FJ was with me.
I've known Joe for a while now, but I have yet to have a face-to-face, smoke a blunt type of scenario with him yet. I'd like to.
He don't smoke blunts
these days.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't smoke, so I don't smoke weeds. I don't smoke them tweeds, boy.
Yeah, it's kind of like we're adults here, right? We get fucked up like adults.
All right. Hey, man, look, I'm not. Hey, look, I'm not putting anybody down for what they do. You know what I mean? That's none of my business.
I'm just saying, 8th grade was cool, but in our 30s or in adulthood, aren't we going for liquor and hard drugs only?
No.
Okay.
The hardest drugs I do nowadays is sugar, nicotine, and caffeine. That's the hardest drugs I do now.
Sugar is wild.
I'm with you, Anarchy. That's me. Mine's coffee and cigarettes and sugar in my coffee. So,
you ever tried to quit sugar?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh no,
it's insane. Like I never have either. But I was stunned when I found myself in jail for drugs, and I'm coming off drug A, drug B. I don't have any cigarettes. And all I wanted was sugar. I wouldn't even cut off from sugar in jail. I just wasn't getting enough of it. That was
it's the hardest drug for me to kick. I can tell you that.
Listen, man, I tell people this all the time. If I went to the doctor tomorrow and the doctor told me that I would have to quit drinking coffee or I'd die next week, I'd have to go get my casket ready, bro. Just saying.
Coffee.
I've cut down a lot on my caffeine. I can tell you that. Well, at least coffee anyway. I used to drink it like all hours of the day or night or whatever, but I've gotten to the point now I can drink literally 4 cups or a full pot of coffee and I can fall asleep with the damn coffee cup in my hand. You know what I mean? I'm just down to that point now. It's like, and
right.
And like if it's a hot day, and I know I'm going to be going out there and working out there in the sun, I won't drink any coffee in the morning. I'll leave that until I get home or whatever, and late at night or whatever. But I used to do it all the time, no matter what.
Damn it, Joe. Now I said something, Joe, and you went over to AJOT's channel. You still ain't popped into my chat. But damn it, Joe, you better get in my fucking chat and hit the like button, you son of a bitch.
But let's be real. If you could just drink nothing but iced coffee, you wouldn't touch that hot, stinky shit again.
No, I don't like iced coffee.
I don't like that.
You guys.
Yeah.
I hate iced coffee, dude. I drink hot.
Iced coffee is delicious.
I like
chocolate milk.
I like high octane coffee. I like it like I like my women. Sweet with a good tan. That's how I like it.
I live in a place where it's 100 degrees 80 days a year. and I drink coffee from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. Hot coffee.
Ugh.
Yep.
That sounds miserable. Just sitting there sweating.
Nope. It's not like that though.
How's it not like that?
Because I don't sweat and I ain't as thirsty. Like all them cold drinks just make me thirsty. If I drink, I drink Gatorades and Powerades and shit just to keep my, you know what I mean, to keep my hydration. But that shit just makes me thirstier. If I drink coffee,
Well,
I
probably
can drink
because you're dehydrated and you start fixing that, right? So
that's because that coffee will dehydrate you. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a diuretic.
That's not, that's the other thing. So that's why I can't, like, during, nowadays, the older I get, I guess, it's like, if I know I'm going to be out in the sun working that day, I can't drink anything during the morning, any coffee in the morning, because it'll just kill me.
When it's real, real hot, I just drink more water and more Gatorades, but I still have my coffee intake as much as I do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all probably recycle those grounds too. Finish a pot and then just put fresh grounds on top of the old grounds.
If
I have done that.
If I don't have no more grounds, or I'm real low on grounds, and I don't want to run to the store, well, yeah. But I mean, it's got to be fresh grounds. The grounds have to be, the used grounds have to be kind of fresh. I don't like
today's grounds, not last week's grounds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I saw my dad spike a cup of black coffee with a 5-hour energy one time, and it was the weirdest fucking looking drink.
Ooh.
I don't know about all that. I just my heart
sounds like a heart
or something like that.
I was gonna say that sounds like a heart attack if you ask me, but Jesus.
I used to drink.
I seen a guy. They had one of those. You remember back. What was it? 10, 15 years ago, where they was like Monster and all them were all coming out with their energy drinks, and everybody had their trucks like at certain places, like gas stations, and they were giving the shit out for free.
Yeah, I dated one of the Red Bull girls for a little bit. It was awesome.
Right. I watched the guy go to one of them fucking trucks, dude. I swear to God, in a matter of like an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half, he went there and got like 7 free fucking Monster drinks or whatever. And he was like, this dude was like 55, 56 years old. And he got to that like very last one, man. And he's like, dude, my heart's beating so fast, man. I don't know, man. I think I might have to go to the doctors. And we're like, you dumb fucker. We told you to quit going over there and getting them.
Drink about 3 or 4 Monsters and to pop a few of them White Crosses. You'd be doing just good, right? Some of the old White Crosses or No-Dos. Remember those?
Oh, No-Dos.
Oh, yeah.
I was a douchebag. I sold some crushed up No-Dos for a while. It was a good little racket.
Yeah, I did a fucking them 5-hour energy drinks one time driving back from Ohio to Texas, dude. Ooh, I'll never do that again.
You ever had the Yellow Jacket, the like over the counter gas station pills? I think they're Yellow Jackets or Hornets or some shit like that.
No.
They're terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, they are.
I hated that. It just made me feel like, it was just weird, jittery feeling. No bueno.
Yeah, that stuff's no good for you anyway, man.
Is that your wife in the chat or your significant other, Flo?
I don't know who that is, but they've been stalking me around here.
Oh, okay.
Saying that I have a kid that I need to pay attention to. Leave me alone. It's not mine.
Listen, AJOT tells me that all the time. You got a kid you need to pay attention to. I'm like, I know. She's sleeping right now.
Mine's at my mom's for the night. My daughter, and her cousin are staying the night at my mom's tonight. And she just messaged me a little bit ago. Is she getting her nails done today or tomorrow? She's like, will you pay for my nails? I don't know, maybe.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till that happens. Me and AJOT's daughter's only a year old, so it's coming. I know all that shit's coming.
Some of the best years. Hold on to them. Yeah. Oh
when
man,
you're
I
as
start
old,
thinking.
when you're as
Yeah,
old
go
as
ahead.
me, dude, you ain't got no choice but to hold on to them.
Yeah, you're. Well, how old are you anyway? If you don't mind me asking.
50.
Well, that's how old I am too. So, yeah. I just think about like what I was doing when I was 16, and I started looking at some of my friends that got kids that are, younger than that. And I'm like, yeah, just wait until they get 16 or something like that, and they start sneaking out of the house. Yeah.
I'll be chasing her. I'll be chasing her down with my cane and my walker.
I hear you.
Mine's pissed. It's homecoming
all
week.
the tricks that she'll be trying. You know what I mean? Because they've all been done before.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, what's good is that between me and Ajat, we got 7 boys. So she's got 4 and I got 3. So her big brothers, I'll be sending them to chase her down.
That's technically a militia, I think, after 5, isn't it? You guys have a militia.
Shh, don't tell nobody. We're building an army over here.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you gotta keep the next generations aware of what's reality and what's truth.
Yeah. Just put it this way: my youngest boy is 26. So,
were your kids like, "What the fuck, Dad"?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I think everybody was. My kids, my parents, my brothers and sisters, and yeah.
What's up,
they all were like, "What in the hell was you thinking, bro?" And I was like, I wasn't thinking, somebody else was thinking.
Mm.
Yeah, the other head down below.
Yep, exactly.
You got it.
So word to the wise, all you youngsters in the chat, you can still have kids at 50. So wrap it up.
But if you deny that it's yours,
no, I never.
Kidding, you're a douchebag.
No, I never deny it.
Latin A Cali, what's going
on? Wrap it before you tap it. That's my new motto. I should have listened.
Or at least pull out. God damn, dude.
That works until it doesn't.
So that's funny that you say that, Anarchy, because that's what my kids told me. They said, "Dad, your pull-out game's weak."
Right.
That's exactly what they said. They said, "Dad, your pull-out game's weak." That's funny shit.
That's what I think. Most of them make their biggest mistakes. They just don't pull out,
Well, you only have to be half a stroke late one time.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you.
At the right time.
Right. And you're like, oh, that's not good. Oh, it's probably fine. What are the odds, right? Like, I'm sure it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are the odds? And then you go, and then you find out that she's pregnant because she's at the hospital for something totally different. And the doctor comes in and says, "Hey, you're pregnant." And I went, my mouth hit the floor. Boom.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
I've had a phone call like that. Yeah.
Like I said, between me and her, we got 7 boys. So having a little baby girl was a blessing.
You're gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah, I know. I already know, dude. Oh,
That's
I'm
funny.
a sucker, dude. I'm a sucker. Ajat, what the hell she called me? If she's still watching, I see she was writing something in the chat. But what the hell? She called me a hovering dad or a helicopter dad or something. Because I'm always like, oh, watch her. Oh, watch. Don't let her get in. Watch. You know what I mean? Like I'm like really like into it. Because like my boys, I was a fucking tow truck driver, man. When my boys were coming up, and I was never fucking home. Like, I mean, I was home, and I did shit with them, but their mom pretty much, raised them. Like she did everything, even when they were babies. Like she got up with them, she changed their diapers, she fed them, like all that shit. I didn't do none of that. So this one, I mean, I'm like right there every step of the way. I mean, I'm changing her diapers, I'm feeding her, you know what I mean? Like all that shit, you know what I mean? Giving her baths. Like I didn't never give my son's bath. So now together, me and AJ give the baby a bath. You know what I mean? Like we're always doing this stuff together. So it's
I don't want to hear shit until you can recite all of Frozen word for word along with the movie.
Oh, shit.
Until you can braid hair. Until you know the names of all My Little Ponies and the side characters.
I hate that song from Frozen. I hate that song.
Mm-hmm.
There's a friend of mine, man. I had that was like his kid. That was like watching it over and over and over and over and over.
Oh yeah.
And over.
I can sing. Listen, already I can sing the Baby Shark song. I can sing.
God damn.
I can sing the Bluey theme song. I can sing Paw Patrol song.
Can you braid hair? Well, no, she's not old enough yet.
No,
you're gonna need to learn how to braid hair. You're gonna have to and get over it. You're gonna paint nails, and you're gonna have nails painted.
Oh Jesus!
This is what it is.
I'm gonna go to work, and people are gonna think I'm some kind of transvestite or something. Painting nails.
Well, just be ready to let them know. Let them know what time it is. Nobody wants to get their ass whooped by a dude with painted fingernails. That's insult to injury.
Stop brainwashing your babies with demonic music. Yeah, well, I guess. Blue's Clues. I already knew the Blue's Clues from my boys. My boys watched Blue's Clues and Barney. So I already knew those ones. I'm talking about all the new shows. Oh, yeah, I forgot Bubble Guppies, too. I know the theme song to Bubble Guppies. She watches Bubble Guppies every morning. So
I'm not going to do that. My kids, I can tell you that.
What, braid their hair and listen to Bubble Guppies? The fuck if you aren't?
Hell no, I ain't.
The fuck if you aren't?
I'm gonna let them grow up with Iron Maiden or something like that.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Now, I did take my daughters with us to see Korn when she was 12. Need to get her to a Tech Nine concert. That's what she wants to go to next.
Nice. Hey, listen. I think I did pretty good with my boys because my boys they can tell you all the brand new rap songs and all that kind of shit that comes out nowadays, but they can also sing word for word NWA. Fuck the police. Oh, just saying.
Yeah, well, music today is not going to even last. This is a short-term thing, man. You know, the music that was made like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s people are going to be singing that shit for like hundreds of years in the future. You know, the stuff that's being made now, that's going to be forgotten. You know.
Well, yeah, there's timeless. You know, you got your timeless songs. You know, where you can go into a bar 30 years later and you can hear
Freebird.
Oh yeah,
Freebird or what the hell is that? Jump around, jump up.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that, dude. Yeah. Or the Humpty Dance, you know what I mean? Like you can walk in the bars and the Humpty Dance come on, and you see 21-year-olds start fucking singing the Humpty Dance, and you're like, yeah, hell yeah,
to the windows.
Yeah, right. Like there's just some timeless songs, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know that boy Leonard, he can play guitar.
Yeah.
And Latina and Callie, to your point, even though I don't stress about it much, I do recognize you're technically right. I actually don't sing along with, like, I still listen to shit music. I just don't sing along with it. I feel like it's repeating mantras that I probably don't really want to make my mantras. Yeah. She fucking hates me. Shit like that.
Yeah. Have you ever really listened to the SpongeBob SquarePants song, dude, and like really paid attention to it?
I don't smoke weed. I thought I told no.
Like, I mean, come on, SpongeBob SquarePants, you know, he lives in a place called Bikini Bottom. He works at the Krabby Pat or the Krabby.
Yeah.
Krusty Krab, you know what I mean? He makes Krabby Patties. I'm just saying. Like,
I mean, it still ain't shit compared to. It still ain't shit compared to Ren and Stimpy.
True. I was more of a He-Man type of guy, you know. I watched He-Man when I was a kid.
No, you're a little older than me. I was a Ninja Turtles guy all the way through.
No, I didn't. When like He-Man first came out, the power of Grayskull. I remember all that stuff, man. When Transformers first came out and Voltron. You know what I mean? Actually, when I was a kid, I had a Voltron. With the lions, I guess it was, or no, that was what was that?
No, it was cats or something, right? Or
yeah,
something like
Thundercats.
Yeah.
And actually, I had all the different cats, and you put them all together, they create this one big tall robot. The damn thing was taller than I was. I remember that. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Shit, man, I tell you what, man, you think about some of them toys that we played with when we were younger, man, that shit's worth some money.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, some of that stuff. I've seen some of those, some of those things going for a lot of money, especially if they're like, still in the box kind of thing. I'm just like, man,
so many what's
toys
worth
that I
money?
have like destroyed over the years,
It's Pokemon cards. Dude, Pokemon cards are worth money.
Yeah. Or like the Garbage Pail Kids. Remember those?
Yep.
Yeah.
I sold a handful of what was it, like Star Wars? I sold some action figures that I were at my parents' house a while back. It wasn't as lucrative as I was hoping for. There was just too much toys produced in the 90s, and it's not that far back, 80s, 90s. But it wasn't nothing. It was a few $100.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I think it's time for me to wind down. Thank you for having me up.
Yeah, not a problem.
To the chat. Stay excellent.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Actually, Anarchy, I was actually just thinking the same sentiment, man. I got to get out of here. I got to get to bed before this little girl wakes me up bright and early in the morning.
Well, 10-4.
So thank you for coming. Thank you for coming up, man. You're welcome here anytime. I try to do a Friday night rant every now and then, or every Friday night. We'll see what happens. If I ain't got nothing to rant about, I guess it'd just be talking shit.
Yeah, I haven't really, like I said, I haven't done any live streams on my channel in a while for, since about January or whatever. But I haven't really had anything really. I just don't want to talk about what everybody else is talking about. So I haven't really thought about exactly what I want to talk about yet. Because everybody's talking about same shit or something like that. I want to actually have some meaningful type conversations and stuff. But it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what I want to talk about.
I got you. I feel the same way. That's what I go through every time before I get started. Like, what do I really want to talk about? And usually when I come up with, when I pretty much don't have nothing to talk about, is probably some of my best live streams, because it just turns out to be a real good live stream, like tonight. Yeah,
flying by the seat of your pants. I get it.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all. AJOT, I love you, girl. You guys have a good one out there. 1122 Wingnut Radio, Anarchy Television, back out.
All right, brother. Later. All right, y'all. You know how we do's it. And I am Toe for Life. That's my co-host, AJOT. We are Justice for Life. And we're out this bitch, y'all. Toodles.
Shine bright up all night. We're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes. We're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on